Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anthony. I'm the host and founder of Puget Sound Stormwatch. Welcome back to another YouTube briefing. Huge announcement. I just shattered 15,000 followers on Facebook today. So once again, thank you guys so much. Couldn't do this without any of you guys. So as always, first thing I want to take a look at today is the windy.com wind map. These are surface level winds across the Pacific Northwest. The cold front and associated low pressure system have moved well inland now. We don't have to worry about those shifting strong winds. The rain is starting to move east of the area. Now it's going to be convergence zone watch right about here. Visible satellite imagery around the area shows some mid and high level clouds moving through. Here's the remaining frontal system coming through here. Cloud breaks forming over Seattle and Tacoma proper. And the current radar around the area. So this is the back end of the cold front sliding into the Cascades. Behind it, not much going on. Some isolated shower activity in Mason, Pierce, and Kitsap counties. And once again, this is the area where we're going to be watching for possible convergence zone development here in the next few hours. One other thing I'd like to mention is a lot of people are asking me why it's so muggy outside. You see how the temperature and the dew point are the same on a few of these stations over here, and they're also in close proximity a lot of other stations in the area. So dew point depressions anywhere between 5 to 6 degrees. Only a 2 degree depression here, 4 degree up in Oak Harbor, 4 degree down in the Coopville area. This is because technically this is a weak atmospheric river setup, one that's tapping into subtropical moisture from Hawaii. Something like this is clearly evident on the precipitable water maps here as shown on the European model. Put this into motion and watch as the moisture begins to push out and the dry air moves back in. They have another close encounter with some moisture on the Oregon coast. But as we go out into the end of the week, you're going to notice things are really going to dry out around here. And this is when that upper level ridge is really going to build in. And also on a side note, here's a look at the air quality observations around the area right now. Very much improved compared to yesterday. We had some issues with air quality on the San Juan Islands as well as western Skagit, Whatcom counties. This has long since been resolved. We do still have that Bear Gulch fire burning, and we do have a fire burning up here in Vancouver Island. So there are some isolated moderate to unhealthy or sensitive group measures up here, as well as Victoria, BC. Other than a couple of outliers here, these stations are not reporting correctly. It's mainly healthy, somewhat moderate here and there, but mainly healthy air quality around the Puget Sound at the moment. So now that the cold front's passed, all eyes are on the Puget Sound convergence zone. So this NAM 3KM model's a little bit inaccurate, so it's 2 p.m. here. Notice how it has the wall of rain farther west. Overall, the NAM 3KM didn't do too well forecasting this. It did okay with the rainfall amounts, but the timing was just way off. Notice how it still has heavy showers in the South Sound here at 2 p.m. This is not true. These showers are well east of here. So this will be an upcoming development. I'm going to move a few frames forward, and you're going to notice around 4 o'clock, this area of moisture pops up over the Port Townsend area. It's looking like we could get an isolated thunderstorm out of this, perhaps. This is 6 p.m. tonight. And then an isolated chance of thunderstorms in the foothills and North Cascades at around 9 p.m. tonight. Then as the winds start to shift out of the west, it's an interesting development. It kind of shreds this convergence zone much faster and has it going much less south than the previous model runs have. So a brand new development. This is my first time looking at this new run of the 18Z. So I'm kind of shocked to see that it's doing this right now. But anyways, let's go over the progression of the convergence zone one more time. So it is 6 p.m. here. Chance of an isolated thunderstorm over the Stanwood area. And at 8 p.m., heavy rain, possible embedded thunderstorms, and maybe a rumble of thunder. And it stays stagnant for a little bit, but then as soon as midnight hits, it's going to start sliding south a little bit. Looks like there's signs it could hold on a little bit until it reaches Tacoma, but I'm not certain on that. Then isolated shower activity until we go into midnight Friday. And we dry out and we're right back to summer. So the overall reason behind the muggy air outside is because of this huge plume of moisture associated with this atmospheric river. So this is the 0Z European. I backed it up a couple runs to show you the full progression of this. Here's the trough that brought in the front, and then an area of high pressure, and these are going to act as a turnstile for this plume of moisture coming in. So ahead of this, we have some warm, dry air, and then the cold front brought an air mass associated with cold and moist air, which felt a little weird to people. I got reports that it felt cold and moist. And then this atmospheric river is bringing in warm, moist air. So in theory, we have three air masses interacting with each other. So I'm going to show you guys this one more time. This was 5 p.m. yesterday. This is integrated vapor transport and mean sea level pressure. Let's see, it initially brings a decent wave of water vapor in. And maybe a little more moisture right before that upper level ridge takes over. And after that, we don't have very much in terms of moisture to work with. Before I go for the afternoon, I'd once again like to say thank you guys so much for tuning in to Puget Sound Stormwatch on YouTube. I went live on Facebook last night. It wasn't super successful. Must have been a Tuesday afternoon at around 5 to 5:30. Also, one more little postscript before I head out for the afternoon. Watch out for some lightning up here. The European models are picking up on a chance of seeing lightning flashes here in central Snohomish County. This is 9 p.m. tonight. With all that being said, thank you guys again for tuning in. We'll see you guys for the next one. Stay safe out there and stay dry.